What's going on, y'all? Hi, my name is Ryan. Last name Johnson. Let me cover that up. So I am a professional bass player. I had the privilege and been blessed enough to play music for a living. I've been able to support my family, my two sons, play locally, globally, internationally. Wait, is that the same thing? It might be the same thing. But anyway, I've been able to travel and play bass, and have a sustained life playing bass. So today's video we'll be talking about having feeling on bass. I know a lot of people have been hitting me up and asking me questions, which I am super appreciative of. It's been a lot of people who's been like newer people hit me up, and I'm so appreciative. So make sure if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram will be right here. And again, for my guys, my bros who hit me up on Instagram and I've answered your question, please let them know in the comments. I do answer every single question. I don't care what it is. It could be life related, bass related. Sometimes people just need a person to talk to. But feeling no bass. Oh, before I get to that too, my winners, the winners of my giveaway that I did on my last video. If you're new here, I'm sorry that you missed it. I hit up one winner already. The next winner will be chosen today by the time this video goes out, and you'll be reached out pretty soon. And the stuff is, everything's here. The cables are here, the strings are here, so the prizes are ready to be shipped out. So they'll be going out soon. All right, back to having feeling on bass. I've been getting hit up a lot about some of the videos that I post, whether it's church related or just me just practicing in the house. What am I thinking about? Like, what scales are you playing? You know, what do I think about the in-betweens when I play? And half the time now, after all this time, I just kind of play. I'm not really a big theory person. I know theory, and I can read music. But like I'm not really like, oh, I'm gonna play this scale or this mode in between this and this because it just works in this. And you should be conscious of what's going on. That doesn't mean just try anything. But I'm already aware because I practice at home before I show up for things. So I know what the chord changes are going to be before I try anything. I'm not a person who just plays over anything, like just play over just because I can, right? So less is more, you know what I'm saying? So as I do, all my stuff includes stories and some sort of videos on how I got to where I am. So when it comes to feeling on bass, this video right here, it's pretty much just me just kind of shedding around and like what I feel like playing, right? That's what comes out. A lot of stuff isn't premeditated, whether it's me playing ghost notes, it's really just me playing feel. I am a past drummer, so I'm also actively listening to drums all the time. I bet people looking at me do content probably like, yo, this is kind of crazy. But so cooking food, right? You can look at the recipe book to make this cake or whatever have you. Mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. My wife makes really good mac and cheese. Right? So you can go by the recipe book or what your grandma, your mom, and your great grandma sent down from years to come, right? This recipe, right? But if it doesn't taste good to you, then what do? Right? You fix it until it's good to you because that's who it matters for, right? So if it feels good to you, you can kind of force people sometimes, not all the time, but you can kind of force people into, let's say, catching the wave with you. That's what we'll say. Be able to catch that vibe with you and be like, you know what? This sits really well. I'm going to post another clip that I played recently at Sunday. Because we played this record, I'm gonna post both of them. So the first time I played this record, I had hair, right? All right, he had hair. This clip right here. versus my new way of how I play the vamp to this clip right here.
Remember the first one on the downbeat.
Right? Two totally, completely different feels, two different vibes, right? How did I come up upon this next vibe, right? I heard somebody else play this and I was like, yo, this, like, this is great. Like, how would have never thought about this? So I was like, wondering, the song kind of revolves around the one. So if you're not hip to the number system, they call it the Nashville number system. So if you take the major scale, C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? Replace those letters with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 will be G, A, B, and it's two big old huskies walking down the street right now. No leash. I'm just gonna mind my business. But the thing about it, I'm from Atlanta, and like when you see loose dogs, you know. So I'm gonna pause. If you see me making a part two, I'm still alive. So hold on. People coming through. So, so two completely different vibes. So the song revolves around the one, the major scale, right? The C, the Nashville number system, right? C, D, F, G, A, B will be 7. So C would not be your 7. C is basically, they're the same thing. So 1 and 1. 7 notes in the scale. That's how it works. So the song revolves around the 1. All right, it's bouncing around the 1. And the in-betweens, right? But the whole thing is revolved around the 1. The keyboard player, organ, aux, guitar, they all revolving around this 1, right? So it's up to me to determine how the song feels. If you think about James Brown, everything is on the 1. That's his major thing. Make sure you hit it on the 1. And that's technically talking about rhythm, but it always goes back to, you could play a James Brown song. If you can make this bop feel good, if you play one note, if you can make this feel good and it sits right, it'll work. And that comes with feeling again, right? So before, um, I guess you would say, how do you know if you have the right feeling? Great question. So I'm gonna go back to pandemic days again, 2020, when I had hair. So it's a song, it's a video, it's actually on my YouTube. It's a John P. Key song, "Oh How Wondrous," right? Um, it got good views. It got like 5K views. It's really because the guitar player Marcus, shout out to you, bro. He's killing. But and we're solid. The unit is a solid song, right? I thought that I was killing. Like I'm like, yo, I'm playing this record, bro. I posted it and I'm like, yo, this is good. I hit my MD. Shout out to him because sometimes you need big bros, but he was like, eh, the feeling wasn't there, and so this is the clip.
Worship, his name is to be adored. God our Maker endured pain, guilt, and strife so that we might access our eternal life. Come on, begin to give God glory right where you are. Come on, y'all, help me out with this one. Say, oh how one is the name of the Lord. His name is to God our Maker endured pain so that we access our eternal life. Come on and make some noise if you love him. Come on.
Now, if you could tell me what's wrong with it, put it in the comments. If you hear nothing wrong, then that means we or you need to work on your ear just a little bit more. And I say work on your ear just a little bit more because if you listen to records, just because you hear what a record is doing doesn't necessarily mean that you are playing it verbatim, right? It's a reason why the record is played the way it's played. Cool. Some points, if they take a spot, like, yeah, that's just them filling up the space, that's different. But if it's the foundation, like a verse of a song, it makes total complete difference. So what happens is, in the clip, I am holding or sustaining my notes. So, oh, how wondrous. I'm like, bum, 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 right? He said, man, if you go back and listen to the record, listen to what was going on. So the record is real staccato, right? So it's real, but bump, 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 right? So it's not holding notes, but it changes the feeling versus holding the notes versus like, you pushing the song, right? So that's a great way to learn, right? So listening to records. So the records, it's kind of like a cheat sheet. If you play what's already there, you will win. And so from there, that's how I got really detailed because I had the ability to learn music as is, and I would get a lot of work because like I will know Ryan will learn the music. He would know every note in there. Now, whether or not I played it with the right feeling, that was a different story, right? And so from there, some people would tell you like, hey, it's quite not there yet, right? And then sometimes you will be upset because you feel like you're ready, but it's people who out there who are looking out for you. So I'm not necessarily an embarrassment or you feel like they're holding you back. It's because you're genuinely not ready, which I have another sad story. So there's a workshop in the city that I live. It used to be every year. Since COVID, I think they had it one time after that, and like they brought a guest pastor, which was Todd Tribute, which I had the privilege to play for that. But before then, I mean, it's a big conference. So like, I mean, it's a church related conference. They get everything from deacon teaching deacons how to deacon, teaching ushers how to usher. But like the main thing for us in the city was the bands, right? You had the kids choir, teens choir, praise team, and adult choir, right? So I had the privilege to play for every choir, but the main squad was the adult choir, which was taught by the one and only John Paul. I think he's a professor. I don't know if he's a dean or he's a professor at Berkeley, at the Berkeley College of Music. John Paul is cold on piano. So anybody, you just can't say anybody to play with John Paul. If you don't know who John Paul is, right, John Paul's cold. So that was the choir. I mean, 100 people in the choir. You know, it's a volunteer for the city, but the bands would get. I ain't gonna lie, it was a nice payday. But it was fun because you're around your peers, and it just wasn't anybody but like the best of the best were playing for the adult choir. And don't get me wrong, the other choirs were like super dope. Like the clinicians, like Trey McLaughlin, who I play with. I think the first year I did it, I was playing with him because he was on the teens. Alpheus from who does Pure Heart. That's where I met Donald. He's I can't remember what's his name. Todd Galberth's music director. Super dope on keys, man. And I was playing. Devin Parker was playing drums. So it's like it wasn't no slack. Like it wasn't no slack. Not Alpheus. Stephen Hurd came one year, and Philip Walker played keys, and Warren was playing bass. A lot of you guys know Warren for playing like keys, but Warren is a bass player, and Warren was wearing that bass out. So it's like, in my mind, I'm competitive, so I still want to put my best foot forward, but like it wasn't no slack. But like the adult choir with John Paul was where you wanted to be. So one year in particular, I'm thinking that I'm ready. I wish I had clips, but Facebook started deleting live videos this year in February, so I can't find any clips. I would have clips for you guys. But anyway, so this one year, it's a guy that my MD and all the homies will call for records. His name is Mario Smith. Mario is really good. He plays guitar and bass, quartet guy, but like, I ain't gonna lie, quartet people make some of the best like bass players, right? And that year, particular year, Marvin Sapp was coming to like close out that Sunday. So whoever did the adult choir was gonna play for Marvin Sapp that Sunday. I'm like, yo, can I play? My MD, he was over picking the bands for all this stuff because he's good. Cool. I'm like, man, I could do Marvin Sapp. I could do it. In my mind, I thought I was ready, but it came to a point where he was like, not yet. He was like, you almost there, but not yet. So like sometimes, Marvin started singing some new songs, then praise him in advance. Like if you don't practice them, if you don't practice them songs, some of them corners, them turns will get you. And not having like a fast enough ear or dexterity. Are you fast enough to catch on really quick? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna never forget Marvin Sapp doing his thing. Mario was right on there. Mario said, I don't know none of them songs, bro. He was like, but like he was catching on like fast. And I looked up in the balcony, my MD was up there, and he mouthed, "This is why." And from there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get to that point to where I'm the one that's able to play. So, dexterity. Dexterity is important. Having a good ear is important, right? If you want to know if you have dexterity, go play everything by Todd Tribute's The Line. Dun, 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 dun. If you can play that, you have decent dexterity. If you can't play it, that's where you need to start. So, the next year, John Paul comes down again. This time, I'm in the lab. I done been out. I'm practicing. My MD asked me, "Who do you want for your band?" I was like, "What choir am I getting?" He was like, "No, you going with John Paul." So I'm like, "Oh snap!" Because John Paul would ask me like, "Yo, why you not playing for me?" And I'm like, I ain't gonna say politics, but like I was like, "Soon, bro, I'll be in there with you." But like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm ready, but I wasn't ready, right? My feeling wasn't there. I didn't have it. So this year, I'm working with John Paul. It's a choir song. I mean, he do all the choir songs. The songs you got to repeat up to him. Da 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 da. Clap. Da blah blah blah. Off. Like he was doing the whole thing. Hey, my son home. What time is it? I guess so. Um, so, um, so it was a song, and I know the song. So it's an intro line before the choir song. So you practicing at home, and then all of a sudden you get in a rehearsal, we play the line. John Paul doesn't like the line, right? So he goes, "I'm gonna change the line." Sits at piano, changes the line completely. And what's funny is all the OGs start walking in. So I mean, all my peers start walking in. So all my peers are in there. He sits at the piano, changes the line completely. Da 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 da. He's figuring out what to play. All my peers walk in, they sitting down, they're listening, right? And my friend who was MD and Emmanuel Williams, super cool dude on keys, perfect pitch. He plays everything. He's just really good. So he plays the line, and if you know anything, if I never tell you anything, have a good ear because the last thing people want to do is sit and wait on you. Right? So he plays a line. He looks at us. He was like, "Y'all got it." We all looked at each other. It was like, "I'm gonna play it again." So he plays this new line, and so Marcus is playing guitar. Marcus spits it out on his guitar. E spits it out on keys. I'm like, "Well, here I go." Ryan, you got it. I play line. He was like, "All right, good." And then I could see, I could see my OGs. They're kind of like smirking, like, and they get up and walk out. But like that for me was a validation. Like, okay, this is I'm getting there. I ain't gonna say I'm there, but I'm getting there, right? So then it came down to being able to spit out a song, like spit the records out. If it's an old record, make the old record feel like the old record. Don't try to modernize the record unless they ask for it, right? If it's a new record, make it a new vibe. You know what I'm saying? If it's CCM, make it feel CCM. Don't try to like throw too much on it. All right, I call it. If you playing a CCM record, I call it. You got Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A. You got Zaxby's and you got Popeyes. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. So Popeyes, you out the game. You can sometimes Zaxby's it up a little bit, which I do, and then you got the Chick-fil-A, which is just straight up. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. So there's a borderline between, what I'm saying, staying in the box, staying outside the box, but that's how I'm able to get work because I am able to not be put in the box and, oh, you only can play or only you can play. Well, call Ryan because he's good at. I don't want nobody to call me because I'm only good at one said thing. Call me because I can play everything and you know what you're going to get. And I've been blessed enough to play for a lot of people and play all kinds of records. I don't care what it is. Even tone wise, like my basses, I don't have just this bass because it's slap bass is great. I don't care about that. I'd rather not slap bass. I don't want to play country records. Send me the country records and me and my P bass are gonna play these country records. Or me and my performers are gonna play this funk or jazz. Or me and my Ken Smith are gonna play this old gospel stuff. Or me and my MTD are gonna play, you know what I'm saying? Like the new whatever. So Don't put yourself in a box. But I think this has been a long enough video. So feeling, again, if you need to practice on feeling, how to get good feeling, first of all, it has to feel good to you. Record yourself, listen to yourself playing. If you need more tips on how to play, or have feeling, because to be honest, you can't teach feeling, right? It's in you, it's in you. Like I said about the cooking narrative, like if it doesn't taste good to you, then you do what you need to do to make it feel good, right? Whether it's you playing ghost notes in between, you know what I'm saying? Or find somebody that you like. I mean, I like the way they play X, Y, and Z. And it's okay to imitate people. Like, just don't try to sell yourself as this said person. I think a lot of us in the bass community are now trying to, because it worked for a said person, I'm going to completely bite their swag and sound like said person too and try to sell it off like it's me. There's already this person, there's already that person. Be you. I am going to be Ryan Johnson. I play how I play. I don't have the fast licks, but I play bass. I am a bass player. What you're gonna get when you hire me is a bass player. I play low notes because I am a bass player. If I need to chord, guess what? I can chord, but I would rather play low notes. I tune the A because I like low notes. In my truck, I have subs in my truck because guess what? I enjoy low notes. So be a bass player, be you, be the best you that you can be, because guess what? There's only one you, unless you have a twin. But guess what? Even then, that twin is different. I have different DNA. There can only be a one you. And be the best you that you can be. Be grateful for the person that you are, because there is somebody else who's out there wishing they could be you. And I will say this, I think a lot of times I kind of forget the fact that, and I'm so appreciative that you guys hit me up, and, people are telling me that people like me, right? This is the phrase, people like you don't usually answer questions. And I'm like, people like me? For me, I am just a normal person, a father, a husband who's trying to make a living doing something that he loves. My grandma calls it, I turned my hobby into a hustle. And again, I never thought I would be a bass player. I never thought I would be able to do some of the things or accomplish some of the things that I accomplished, right? But if you put your mind to it, and I promise you, if you really put your mind to it and work, like I know plenty of people say this all the time on YouTube, but anything is possible as long as you believe it first. So as long as you can believe in yourself that like, hey, today might have been rough. Tomorrow might be rough too. But guess what? Every season has to change. Every season has to come to an end. Right now it's cool outside, and it's cool, and it's going to get colder. But as soon as it finishes getting colder, guess what? It'll warm up. The hoodie will come off. Y'all will see me in my bald head outside. You know what I'm saying? So seasons do change. So if you feel like you're stuck in the season will change. Don't get caught up in or try to feel down on yourself because you feel like, you're practicing and it's not working and I don't sound like so-and-so, or how did they, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a process. God created the earth and it took 6 days because he rested on the 7th, right? So God created the heavens and earth, Genesis 1:1. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do everything in one day. We're not God. We're not perfect. Everything takes time. Just trust the process and it will always work out. All right. And again, guys, if you start feeling down on yourself or you feel like, hey, I don't know exactly what to practice or how should I approach X, Y, and Z, I don't care. Like, people send me songs, like they're playing songs on Sunday and they send it to me. And, I would show them like, well, this is what I would have did. You know what I'm saying? If you send me whatever you play first, like, I'm an open book. Did nobody gatekeep me, and I'm not going to gatekeep you. Again, my name is Ryan Johnson. I am a professional bass player. And I am truly blessed that you guys take the time to watch my videos. So, till next time.